8 out of 10 women believe that the first kiss will tell them everything that they need to know about a relationship. And believe me, she has definitely thought about it.
That first kiss with a girl can seem really daunting, like there's just so much pressure on you to make it perfect. And of course, you don't want to get rejected when you go for the kiss. But just watch this video until the end to save yourself some embarrassment and make a flawless first move every time. Matt Artisan here with The Attractive Man, and today I'll be counting down the top 5 ways that you can make a girl want you to kiss her. And make sure to watch until the end because the last one is my personal favorite.
Many boot camps encourage men to be assertive.
A woman wants to be turned on. We've done all the testing and we know what works.
The main thing that you need to be comfortable with before attempting any of the following is tension. Creating and even playing with the tension that happens the moment right before the kiss is really going to make or break how effective the kiss really is. And as humans, we're naturally inclined to break any and all tension, which is good news for you because as you create that tension when you're about to kiss her, she's going to be naturally inclined to want to break the tension by kissing you. But if you fail to master the art of creating tension, well, that kiss attempt is probably going to land flat. Take this scenario. You invite a girl over to your place to watch a movie, and then somewhere in the middle of the movie, you lean in and you try to kiss her. And what does she do? She backs away, right? She dodges it. Has that ever happened to you? Well, I know it's definitely happened to me a few times. What I realized is that the women were just really into the movie. So don't pick a really interesting movie if you're gonna try to kiss her in the middle of it. And I didn't create any moment. It just kind of came out of nowhere. There wasn't any build-up anticipation, and there certainly wasn't any tension. Luckily for you, I've compiled 5 easy and effective ways to create some tension and make that girl want to kiss you. Before we get started, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. Starting off with number 5, we have the playful approach. This will show off your fun-loving personality while also being the perfect segue into a kiss. Start off with a playful, childlike activity and start to amp it up a little bit more, making it just a little bit more sensual. For example, you could do this through tickling or play wrestling. Take this for example. You're hanging out with a girl, preferably on your couch or on your bed or at least somewhere private. This wouldn't necessarily work that well in a bar or at a coffee shop. If you guys are really hitting it off, then you can try a playful tickle battle. You can just ask her if she's ticklish and then start tickling her. And this works really well because she'll probably tickle you back and it'll involve a lot of body contact, allowing you to get very close to each other, which is a surefire way to really ramp up the tension, which she's gonna wanna break. Also, if you guys are playfully tickling each other or wrestling, you can also wrap your arms around her, which is going to allow her to feel your sense of security and make her feel safe, and of course, make her automatically see you as a more masculine man, which of course is one of the most attractive traits that a man can have. Number 4 is the clever approach. Now, this one's a little different because it actually doesn't involve any body contact. So if you're a little wary about where to touch a girl without freaking her out, then this is probably the method for you. And by the way, if that's you, I created an entire video on how to touch a girl, and I'll put the link of that down in the description. Now, this method is really great and fun because it involves the use of clever games. Let me give you an example. One time back in college, after a party, I was hanging out with this girl at, I think it was a frat house, and I see a dartboard on the wall. So I pick up one of the darts, and I said, hey, if I hit the bullseye, you owe me a kiss. And I hit the bullseye. I'm pretty good at darts. And it worked. She loved it. Just make sure whatever you pick, whatever game it is, make sure you're pretty good at it and, make sure you win. Another option is playing the question game or 20 questions. And I'll put a link of a video where I explain this game down in the description as well. So make sure, guys, you check out the description before you leave this video. Anyways, I know this sounds a little bit lame, but hear me out. Because girls love talking about themselves. That's why this game works so well. Girls love this. So when you're hanging out with her, just bring up the idea of playing either the question game or 20 questions and just start asking questions that increase the tension and the intimacy over time. Until finally you get to the last question, which could be something like,
How much do you want to kiss me right now?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out.
and she'll probably answer by kissing you or by saying that she wants you to kiss her. And this approach can be great, especially if you're a little bit nervous about going for the kiss, because it can save you embarrassment, because it kind of acts like a safety net. Because you'll immediately know after asking her that question or making that bet whether she wants you to kiss her or not. just by her answer to the question and by reading her body language and facial expressions. Moving on to number 3, we have the flirty approach, which is really great because it involves talking about kissing before actually kissing her, which might sound a little counterintuitive, but let me explain. One time I was watching a movie with a girl, and instead of just reaching over and kissing her out of the blue and her dodging it because there's no tension, I waited for a kissing scene in the movie and I made a comment about it.
I bet you're not even a good kisser. But I'm tempted to find out.
Eventually, it led into a conversation about kissing, favorite ways of kissing, who's the better kisser, until eventually we had to prove to each other who the better kisser is. And the reason this approach works so well is because talking about something before actually doing it plants the seed. It plants the idea into her head. It makes her think about it, which of course increases the tension. Now, I know this one involves a little bit more advanced conversation skills, so you can make it 10 times easier for yourself by downloading my free conversation cheat sheet that I listed down in the description box, which is going to easily outline how you can effectively escalate the conversation like a pro so that you can create more tension and go for a kiss smoothly without rejection. Make sure to check it out at the end of the video because it's absolutely free. Number 2 is called the intense approach, which is going to use body language to increase the tension. First, you'll need her full attention. She'll have to be looking right at you, and you guys are going to have to make eye contact. This is really important because prolonged eye contact not only increases tension, but prolonged eye contact is actually scientifically proven to increase bonding between two individuals and actually releases a bonding hormone called oxytocin, which is a hormone that's also released during orgasm. So once you catch her gaze, you can add in a little bit more tension, some nuances such as letting your knees touch if you guys are sitting, or pushing a lock of hair behind her ear. Now, this works really well and will likely end with her breaking the tension by you two kissing. All right, before I get to number 1, which is my favorite and I think creates the most tension, creates the most movie moment that she's absolutely gonna love, book yourself a free breakthrough session where we'll hop on a call and assess your situation and figure out how to get to your dating goals in the fastest, most efficient way possible. Number 1 is called the spontaneous approach, which is going to be the hardest to pull off, but it's also the most memorable, which is why women love it so much. It doesn't seem forced and it doesn't seem rehearsed. And it's oftentimes how you see couples kiss for the first time in a movie, so it's going to be really special for her. Now, this could be as simple as walking from one venue to another venue, and maybe you're holding hands and you just stop and you say something like, "Oh, I forgot something," and you just kiss her. The key here is to find a moment where you're pretty sure she's gonna kiss you back, but she doesn't necessarily expect you to go for the kiss. So for this one, you're gonna wanna be very cognizant of where the interaction is going to know exactly when to go for it. So for example, if you two are crossing the street and you grab her hand to show her that you're keeping her safe and protecting her, and she seems okay with that, and even when you reach the other side, she's still holding your hand, that's a pretty good indicator that she really likes you, because it's very coupley to hold hands, especially if you guys switch and hold hands like this. This is more intimate hand holding, which is a good indicator that she'll be receptive to you going for the kiss. By the way, when you go for the kiss, I recommend using the 90-10 rule, which means you go in 90% of the time, which creates a ton of tension because you're right in front of her face, and then she will likely close the other 10% gap and release the tension by kissing you.
The secret to a kiss is to go 90% of the way and then hold.
For how long?
As long as it takes.
Now, make sure to let me know down in the comments below which one of these is your favorite or most excited to try out, or that you have tried out and hopefully it worked really well, or maybe you have some other ways of going for the kiss that are really romantic or create an awesome moment that you're down to share with everybody else. Heck, I'd like to hear it myself. Maybe I'll try it. And while you're there, check out the free conversation cheat sheet that I talked about earlier down in the description below so that you know exactly what to say when you first see a girl, how to approach her, how to keep the conversation going so you don't run out of things to say, and keep the conversation flowing in a way that builds a lot of attraction and actually gets her to start chasing you. There'll also be a link to the right of this screen in just a second. So check that out and check out our workshop schedule. We're all over the world and we've actually taught workshops in over 40 countries, including India, Qatar, Middle East, China, Japan, you name it. There's a good chance we've been there. So see if we're coming to a city near you, because the best way to get results with women is through having a mentor, somebody there with you, helping you along your journey. And if you want me to be your mentor I'd be happy to do so. Just follow me on Instagram and send me a DM, and any questions that you have, I'm happy to help you out, and we'll chat. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel, hit that bell notification icon, leave me a thumbs up if you like this video. I really appreciate it. My name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.